All right, let's bring in Thomas Patrick to talk weather now. Thomas, anytime we're tracking wildfires in our state, obviously the forecast and the weather is hugely important. So what you got for us tonight about that?
Yeah, and I know that the firefighters are always just really hyper focused on the weather and of course the winds as the most important factor when it comes to a wildfire. And of course wildfires can actually create their own wind environments as well. A lot of science goes into that, but we can just help them out kind of in a broad scale here as we're tracking a windier and a breezier day for tomorrow. So that does mean some heightened fire danger across the state. There's also a chance for some hazy skies, not just in our area, but really it's lingering across most of the western U.S. with all the wildfire activity in California, Nevada, Oregon, and including here in Washington. There is a very small chance for showers on Saturday morning, maybe just a blip in our radar to come here, but hey, something is better than nothing. Here's kind of the broad picture. Some rain over western Washington. There are a few light returns near the Wenatchee area. I don't think there's much in it, but if we see some light rain, perhaps near Grand Coulee, I wouldn't be surprised for tonight, but it's not much and not really all that noteworthy. But the big thing is going to be where the smoke and haze is across the western U.S. Look at all this dirty gray on our visible satellite, the True Color visible satellite across the region, especially in the Sacramento area. Somebody on my Facebook page commented when I posted this picture that they didn't even see the sunshine today just because of the wildfire smoke in that region. It's a lot worse to our south. It's getting into southeastern Oregon and southern Idaho, but things have been much better the farther north you see, including here in the inland northwest. Hopefully it does stay that way. I do have to keep a chance for some hazy skies because the winds are generally out of the west and southwest. So we'll look at some of the wildfires kind of in the region, especially in Oregon and Washington. But the Palmer Lake fire, that smoke is moving more so into Canada than into the inland northwest. Here's the future tracker. 1 o'clock tomorrow, no problem. Sunny skies all the way through. Here's 4 a.m. on Saturday morning. There is one blip here on Future Tracker, maybe just enough to squeeze out a light shower in the Palouse, maybe even Spokane, but honestly it's probably like a 5 or 10% chance at best for rainfall. And if we get rain, it's going to be barely anything. So it's basically a pretty dry forecast. When we get into the weekend proper, it is still going to be very pleasant and enjoyable weather if we can get the haze, keep the haze away from our region. But tomorrow the headline is going to be the windier conditions. You see these orange and red shades in central Washington. That's indicating wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour. A windy day Friday, but it gets better for the weekend. Saturday winds just 5 to 10 miles per hour, and then barely any color contouring on Sunday. Fairly calm winds forecast for that day. Temperature wise, a bit warmer for tomorrow, up to 90 degrees in Spokane, mostly upper 80s across the region, at least not as hot as it was for the beginning part of this week, but that's the hottest day I have in our forecast. Mostly just in the 80s, not just for this weekend, but most of next week as well, which is pretty much near normal or slightly above normal. We'll call it about 5 degrees above average temperature wise in our forecast. So if it's not hazy, most of these days are actually going to be very nice summer days to enjoy, especially for this weekend. And if we get any rain Saturday morning, it's going to be barely anything.